Good morning, class 10th. We discussed the chapter that is life process already started, and today we will discuss nutrition in animals. The first life process is nutrition in animals. So, what is nutrition? You know, all the living organisms require food. Okay, food is required by everyone. Every living organism require food, and the process of taking nutrients from the food is called as nutrition. What is nutrient here? What is nutrient here? Nutrients are the chemicals that are present in your food. There are various type of nutrients like carbs, fats, vitamins, minerals, proteins. All are nutrients that are required for living organisms. So all these process, of taking the nutrients from the food is called as nutrition. There are two mode of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition and heterotropic nutrition. Auto means self. Okay, auto means self. So it is the process in which organisms produce their own food. Example, you know that the plants they can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. They are using simple inorganic substances like water, carbon dioxide, etc. in the presence of sunlight, and they will make the organic compounds. Plants are autotrophs. Not all the plants are autotrophs, as we already discussed this in grade 7. Heterotrophic nutrition, heterotrophs, if organisms depend on or it depend upon other organisms for the food to survive is called as heterotrophic nutrition, or animals are called as heterotrophs. So we know that all the organisms need energy to perform the various life processes, and energy is necessary for doing work. Energy is even required when you are at rest. So this energy is released by the breakdown of the food taken by the living organism. All right. So all those organisms that are depending on other organisms for their food, they are called as heterotrophs. There are various heterotrophs, and if we categorize them, there are herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Okay. So you know that herbivores, herbivores. It's a Latin word, herba. Herba means plant, and vore means to eat. So all the animals which feed directly or indirectly on plants are called as herbivores. Grasshoppers, rabbits, deer, cow, buffalo, all are herbivores, right? Carnivores, carni, Latin word, it means flesh, and vore means to eat. Flesh eaters are called as carnivores. So these are the animals which feed on flesh of other animals. So they are called as predators as they hunt and kill and feed on their prey for flesh. So you know the examples of carnivores also: lion, tiger, snake, many. Omnivores, omni, omni means all. If animal is feeding on both plants as well as on animals, then they are called as omnivores. Like we are omnivores, humans are omnivores, dog, cat, cow, crow, not cow, sorry, crow, cat, dog, bear, humans, all are omnivores. So, particularly, you will study in this the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, where you will see see that there are major three type of nutrition in heterotrophs. Just a minute. The first is, let me just change the slide. Photosynthesis, that is autotrophic mode of nutrition, we will discuss later. First we will go with the heterotroph. Okay, so now heterotrophic mode of nutrition, if we categorize it broadly, you will see there are different type of heterotrophic nutrition. First is holozoic nutrition, as you can see in this slide. Holozoic. Holozoic in sense means in holozoic nutrition, the digestion happens inside the body of the organism. As after the food is ingested inside, and it is digested inside. So the most of the animals, include humans, they are holozoic. They are following the holozoic mode of nutrition. So organisms feed by ingestion the solid organic matter, which is then digested and absorbed in their bodies. Okay, as we are eating whatever the food we are intake, the food we are taking in or injecting, the food is digested inside our body. We have a digestive system. All right. So this mode of nutrition here is called as holozoic mode of nutrition. Here we are classifying the heterotrophic mode of nutrition broadly into three different ways, three different categories: holozoic, saprophyte, and parasitic nutrition. So the first example here is first category is holozoic, and the examples here are humans and other animals uh, that will feed by taking the solid organic matter, and the food is digested inside their body. Okay, saprophyte or saprotrophic or saprophytic nutrition. What is this? The organisms secrete the digestive juices on the food. Okay, they will not take as food as we are eating, but what they does, they secrete the digestive juices on the food, and the food is digested while it is still to be ingested. The digested food is then ingested by the organisms, like all your decomposers, bacteria, fungi. They are saprotrophs, they are saprophytes. They feed on dead and decaying matter. Okay, so what they are doing, they are simply they are secreting the digestive juices on the food, and the food is then digested while it has to be ingested, and then the digested food is ingested in the body. So your most of your bacteria, fungi, they are saprotrophs or saprophytes. And what about the parasites? Parasites are the organisms which live inside or outside of another living organisms. Okay, and they derive nutrition. If you remember grade 7, chapter number 1, parasitic plants are there. Deodar, Cascata. Just remember grade 7 where you studied about the parasitic plant. What kind of mode this is, in which the organisms will feed, they will live inside or outside the host body. Okay, so they obtain the nutrients from the living organisms. They are called as parasites that obtain the nutrients by living inside the body of the organism, or they may be, if they are present outside, there are two ways, endoparasites and exoparasites. If they are living inside the body, okay, then they are called as endoparasites, and if they are outside the body and deriving the nutrient from the host, they are called as ectoparasite. Cuscata, as I gave you the example, tapeworm, lice, they are exoparasites. Okay, so parasites are the organisms that live inside or outside of the host body, and they derive the nutrient. They of course harm the host also. Okay, so this is the basic categorization of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So we are following the humans are following the holozoic nutrition. There are different ways in which the different animals will intake the food. Okay, if we'll talk about nutrition in amoeba, you know that amoeba is a unicellular animal, and it follows the holozoic mode of nutrition. And you know that amoeba is not having any proper shape, and single cell is responsible for ingestion, for digestion, for respiration, everything. Single cell is responsible because amoeba is unicellular. You know that the cell membrane of amoeba keeps on protruding into pseudopodia. You know that the amoeba is having false feet. What is false feet? The pseudopodia, they just make their cell membrane protrude outside, and they will make false feet. An amoeba surrounds by these false feet, as you can see here in this picture. Here in this picture, these uh, outgrowth, or these, you know, protruding cell membrane, they are called as pseudopodia. And these pseudopodias, they surround the food particle. This is this is food particle. Here you can see this is food particle, and they surround the food particles. Digestive enzymes are secreted into the food vacuole. They will take this food particle inside, and in the food, you know, the digestive enzymes, they are secreted in the food vacuoles, and digestion takes place. After that, the digested food is absorbed from the food vacuole, and finally, the food vacuoles move near the cell membrane, and undigested food expelled out of the body from anywhere. Okay, so this is how the amoeba is um, following the holozoic mode of nutrition, where they don't have particular digestive system and all. They're just feeding, they're just using their pseudopodias, making the food vacuoles, digest it and absorb the food, and finally the waste is excreted out from the body anyway. Okay, so this is how the amoeba take on food. You, in your book, as it is not mentioned. Only the food digestion in amoeba is there, as paramecium is not there in your course. Okay. Now, before we start, before we start with the digestion in humans, before we start the digestion in the humans, you should know what are the steps. And this already you know. Okay, this already you know about the various steps that are followed in holozoic mode of nutrition. So what is the first step? Anybody? You can mention your comment. The first step. So the steps steps in the holozoic nutrition. The first step is ingestion. The first is ingestion. So what is ingestion? What is ingestion? Ingestion is a process of taking in the food. जब हम खाना खा रहे हैं, so we are using the process that is ingestion. Okay, we are using our hand, we are using our mouth to take in food. So the process of taking in food is called as ingestion. Different animals have different way of ingestion. Okay, different animals have different ways, as you have seen in the process of digestion in amoeba. They are just taking the food particles by pseudopodias. Paramecium also take in food. Paramecium have small hair-like structure which is called as cilia, found all over the body. Okay, let me just give you the structure. This is the structure of paramecium. This is the structure of paramecium, and they have a small hair-like projection which is called as cilia all over their body, and the movement of cilia will pushes the food particles into the cell mouth. Okay, so this is how the food particles is taken in. This process is called as phagocytosis. This process is called as phagocytosis. And after capturing the food, the tips of pseudopodias, like in amoeba and in paramecium, they form the food vacuoles. The food is digested. This is how the food is taken in. So the first step in the process of holozoic nutrition is ingestion. It is ingestion. And what is ingestion? You know already. Taking in food is called as ingestion. The second is digestion. Digestion. Second process is digestion. The process of breaking complex food substances into simpler molecules is called as digestion. I repeat, the process of breaking complex food substances into simple molecules are called as digestion. Um, Carbs will be break down into starch, proteins will break down into amino acids. Okay, um, fats will break down into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so this is digestion where carbohydrates, the ultimate or the major source of your energy, carbohydrates will break down into glucose. Protein will break down into amino acids. Fat will break down into fatty acids and glycerol. So this is what the breakdown of complex food substances into the simpler molecules is called as digestion. And the third is absorption. 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 The digested food is absorbed. The process of absorption of the digested food to different part of our body through blood. You know that in your circulatory system we have blood. Blood is flowing in your body and it is act as a transport system where the food particles, they are sorry, the digested food, whether it is in the form of glucose, it is transported to every part, and the uh, different part will absorb the digested food. That is absorption. The digested simple and soluble substance diffuse out of the food vacuole, and it will, you know, um, absorbed by different cells in your body. And the fourth one is assimilation. 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 Assimilation is a process of utilizing the digested food for energy and for growth and for repair. This digested food is utilized for energy, for growth, and for repair. So the last one is digestion. Digestion. What is digestion? The process of removing the undigested food from the body. The undigested food is removed from the body, that is digestion. The process of removing undigested food from the body is called as digestion, and the harmful substances, these excretory waste, they are harmful, they are toxic and need to be removed out from the body, and this is called as digestion. So here you can see the different steps in holozoic mode of nutrition. First is ingestion, second is digestion, third is absorption, assimilation, and digestion. Are you clear? Now we'll discuss the nutrition in humans. This is clear?